Cool. We're live. Good to see everyone. Happy Sunday.
What's up?
This year, debut earliest stream yet.
Is this the earliest? Or is this the first time you've done a noon stream in a while?
No, during holidays, you know what I mean? Like Black Friday weekend, we would do like 11 a.m. and such, like Easter and everything. But yeah, either way, like it's just a demographic. You know, it gives.
A weekend we would do like 11 a.m.
It'll like my bad. It gives people a chance to hop on live and and everything that might not be able to normally on other days. And I've been getting to it this morning work wise. Like I've been cooking. I just filmed an auto ungate sourcing video, and then I'm making a good video on coupons for OA for tomorrow or for
nice.
Today. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, I just kind of want to walk through that rundown for anyone watching on the replay and such, right? Like the biggest difference between people that find stuff that's good and people that don't is that the people who find a lot of good products, they understand that you don't find good products, you make products good, right? Very few stuff is just going to be profitable at the lowest price with online arbitrage, right? You need to be using like coupons, discounts, discounted gift cards from Card Bear and Top Cashback, right? Coupons like email sign-up coupons you find on Google, the website.com/coupons, talking to other sellers, talk to customer service, right? And then you definitely want to have a burner email address to get fed deals all the time too. The cool part is that literally all of that stuff's free, guys, right? Like it's not fancy. You got to do the work. And then you got to track those coupons over time too. What's up? Cool. Okay. Good to see Brandon here. What's up? Alan, what up? Joe Mazan, Jules, what up? Online arbitrage. What up, Matt? Cool. So Corey is a wholesale expert. He's my guy as well. He's done over 10 million in sales the past couple of years with wholesale. So if you guys got any wholesale questions, right? We got the man on here. And then do you want to walk through for anyone who might not be familiar, the wholesale challenge, because it expires tonight. So if you guys are interested in that, it's a good idea to check that out now.
Yeah. So guys, first of all, my name's Corey Ganim. Some of you I recognize for sure. So thanks for joining us. We got some people that are, I feel like a lot of these guys show up every stream. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
But guys, the wholesale challenge, so that actually kicks off tomorrow. So we're closing the door at midnight tonight. And that's going to be just 7 straight days of wholesale education. So teaching you guys the entire model A to Z. And it is a live training, right? So each night we get on a stream just like this, and you guys learn everything about wholesale. Like I said, we're closing the doors tonight at midnight. So if you're interested in joining, Miles has a $100 off discount link. And I think in his description here. And then Miles, I don't know if you were throwing any extra trainings in or anything like that. But if you are, I mean, feel free to go and tell them what you're throwing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll put my email in the description. If anyone does go ahead and grab the wholesale challenge, I'll put my email. You can email me. I'll send you some OA stuff, like some of my favorite coupons, a lead or two. Yeah, for sure. I'll send That's a good call. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But yeah, so
I kind of just pressured you into it there. So sorry to kind of.
Yeah. If you buy, email me, and I'll send some OA coupons and a lead or two. Cool. All right, sweet. I just added that in. Cool.
Okay. And Alon did ask, he said, Corey, are you going to send out emails before you go live during the wholesale challenge each day? So there won't necessarily be an email, but it all takes place in the Facebook group. So just keep an eye on that group. The guest interviews are going to take place at noon Eastern every day next week. And the live sessions are going to kick off at 6 p.m. Eastern every day next week. So just keep that time frame in mind.
Bro said Corey Ganim is very smart and intelligent. That's a hot take right there.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
What up, Mark? Good to see you in here, Mark. May I ask questions for sure, Usman?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. All right. So Brandon's a really good dude here. So he's one of my guys too. Corey, what steps did you take to find your first profitable wholesale account? And did you have to build the relationship first before they offered profitable pricing?
So good question. So what I did to find my very first profitable account is I went on Amazon. I looked for brands that were already selling well. And I would pretty much add like anywhere from 20 to 30 brands at a time to a Google sheet. And then once I had 20 or 30 brands in my sheet, I would cold call the brands, ask for a wholesale account, and then pretty much rinse and repeat, right? Find 30, call 30, find 30, call 30. And it probably took anywhere from like 1 to 200 brands that I contacted initially to land that first account that was profitable. And it was profitable right off the bat, right? I didn't have to place an order that lost money and then wait for that relationship to develop. There's plenty of products and plenty of brands you can find that will be profitable on day one.
And the cool thing is if you do enough outreach, you're going to come across examples of stuff that is profitable day one or is very close to being profitable to the point where you can work around with them and such. And that like if you're willing to do like extra work in terms of following up, negotiating, showing that you're serious, personalization, your outreach, you're going to get access to a lot of stuff other people won't. I hope you two are well. Good to see you in here, Elijah. So Alan says, should I send you a screenshot of the receipt to get the link to Facebook group?
So you can just actually email me the link, right? And I assume he's referring to the 2 bonuses that I'm throwing in. So for anybody that's still on the fence, if you shoot me a screenshot of your receipt to my email, it's just Corey@CoreyGanim.com. You do that before midnight, and I'm sending you guys 2 bonus trainings. The first one is me analyzing a real wholesale deal, so showing you how to analyze profitable products. And the second one is I think it's a 40-minute long recording where I'm negotiating an exclusive deal with a pretty large brand, and I'm giving myself kind of feedback and critique on that call. So that's a really good bonus training as well. So send me that receipt to my email, and I'll send you guys the training.
Cool, dude. So Elijah's a beast. So literally, for some of you guys watching in here, so one, you should definitely follow Elijah on Twitter. He was literally in the same place a lot of you guys were in 6 months ago. Like, he was just starting out. You know, he was just getting first stuff on gate and everything, learning the basics, asking questions. And now he's I think he did like over 200K of reps, like 40K of profit. He's a Minnesota native, so that, you know, that's good pedigree there. And but yeah, oh fuck, I need to release the full rankings too, actually, by the way, on the post Q4 power rankings, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd be curious to see that. That'd be sick.
Well, there's been some movement, right? Indiana came out of nowhere. Straight into the top. Yes, out of nowhere.
Interesting.
Yeah. Boom. Cranberry Grape, Gavin Clayton, Cole Clayton, 0 to handling time, Ted Harton. Come on, easy. There's also
that's a crew
off of that, but Indiana did come out of nowhere. Yes, sir. Can't wait for tomorrow. What up, Steve? Make sure Gary ain't mad at you for the cropping that. Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't. I don't know why. I thought I had like a special thumbnail with Corey, but I didn't think I did. But
I just cropped it. I just used like the snipping tool and just cut it.
No, it's literally right in StreamYard. Yeah, literally. Dude, StreamYard be hitting me with ads like crazy, as if I don't use this every day for the past 3 years. Like,
do you pay for StreamYard?
Oh hell yeah. Because dude. So I've been a StreamYard customer for almost 3 years. Yeah, like it's cool. Like thinking about how like they made like such a good product that, one, we're here talking about it, and like it gets used every day. You know what I mean? It makes you think good about business.
Well, it's also like I don't know of any other streaming services that people use. Like, I know there are some, but StreamYard is the gold standard for sure.
Yeah, they make it easy, right? And Rake and Profit put me onto it back in the day too, literally like 4 years ago. Like I remember we were recording a first video together, and he was like, "All right, like you're gonna join this thing called StreamYard, right? I'm gonna send you the recording. It's not live; it's just a recording room and such. It's good times." Okay, cool. Hey, I wanted to join, but too expensive. Yeah, man. That's fine. Can't wait to learn from the best. Awesome. I sent you an ASIN on X. I was wondering if you'd give me your opinion on it. So, Vince, I'm not sure you're at. If you send it on Discord, I can take a look at that. Miles, were you kind of rocking the buzz cut in Q4? What about now? No. This is my this is like more of my standard haircut, but typically I do cut it pretty short just because I don't like dealing with it. And my hair is getting dangerously close to like not being able to film right out of bed. So that's a major. That's the standard we go off of. That is a major issue there, unfortunately.
Well, it's funny because I just got out of just like wetting my hair in the shower. My hair right now is so long. I texted my barber this morning. I said, "Do you have availability this week?" Because I'm at the point now where I've got to get in the shower before any stream, or I look like a homeless person.
Really?
Oh, every time. So I got 2 more streams later today, so I'm going to take 2 more showers today because last night for our stream last night I didn't do that. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, my hair was kind of like all over the place.
Gotcha. Should a new seller enter any product list where most of the sellers have very large review numbers? So best thermometers, honestly, I like the way you're thinking as a beginner, but typically it's not that serious. If you're going to be FBAing items and if there's not people undercutting like crazy, it means everyone's getting as much buy box share as they want. So you're probably going to be fine. Now, if you see that most of the sellers have larger reviews and the price is headed down, that typically means people aren't selling that product as fast as they want to. And that's probably not going to be the kind of listing you want to jump on in that case.
After doing product research with Wholesale, should we purchase directly from the brand or should we buy from a distributor? So great question. And it all depends, right? So you can go either direction. If it's a really big brand, think like Procter & Gamble or Nestle, you're not going to have very much luck going directly to the brand. You're going to need to buy those big brand name products from distributors. So it kind of depends on the size of the brand.
This dude commented on my video. Honestly, not being a jerk here, but seeing a person who makes 6 figures every year wearing a hoodie inside, not increasing the heater temperature, like power is expensive kind of thing, and living in a small apartment unit kind of doesn't add up. But just my thoughts. Not only
Is that
about
me?
No. This dude in the comments talking about it on my video.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Which video was it?
This one I just posted. 3 hours ago. It's the sourcing video. Bro, like literally the fucking. Oh, okay. It's not the auto ungate video actually. So he said these videos are probably gated for beginners. It would be nice to see video with I'll be posting one of those tomorrow. That's cool. Yeah. So if you guys are like brand new to this stuff, right, and you want to get ungated in 100+ brands today, there's the auto ungate list in the description too. Will you get the best deals from the brand or the distributor? Definitely the brand. However, it's also going to be harder to get in with brands. But just from a supply chain perspective, the original owner is going to have it at the cheapest prices.
So Han said, I have a warehouse. I want to start with FBM, but the nature of my product, it comes in a wholesale package and shipping chews massively into my margin. What do I do? So have you considered selling at FBA? So, I mean, FBM is a good option, right? But there's certain products that lend themselves better to being FBM'd. So I'd say check out the fees if you were to list at FBA, see what that would look like. And then chances are it might just not be a very profitable product and you might want to source something different.
Excited with it. Yeah, so Joseph's a beast. Joseph's one of my guys. He does like 6 figures a month with OI in December.
Nice. Yeah, Joseph, I'm excited, man.
Yeah, well, the cool part is Joseph's in Brooklyn, I believe, too. So he's right.
Oh, he's perfect.
There, yeah, literally. Yeah. Can you talk about like the local opportunities with everything? Because the cool part is, man, I don't know the statistics, but like, probably 50% plus of Americans or something like that live within an hour of a major city, right? So they have a lot of local opportunities that they probably aren't taking advantage of.
Yeah. So guys, I mean, I always recommend people start looking for suppliers that are going to be close to their shipping, like to their ship to location, right? So if you're using a prep center, you want to start looking for suppliers kind of around your prep center, or at least in the same state as your prep center. And if you're prepping products yourself, then start looking for suppliers near you, right? Because when you buy from local suppliers, you have the opportunity to go in and meet them in person, which can be huge for building rapport, getting discounts, that type of thing. And it's just going to be easier dealing with local suppliers than it will be to buy from a supplier on the other side of the country, right? Now, that's not to say that like we buy from suppliers all over. Most of them will ship. But again, just for thinking from a beginner perspective, it will be a little easier to deal with local folks.
So Han, you're selling the wrong stuff, dude. You need to get rid of the warehouse and you need to sell different products. Like I don't really get how you even have a warehouse if the numbers don't make sense on the products, but like yeah, switch something up. Just starting out.
He might be selling on a different platform, right? And looking to list the products on Amazon.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just starting out with FBA/FBM. Wish me luck. No, luck does not exist. You need to do a shitload of effort, and that will produce the results you want. There's no such thing as luck, right? Typically, you ever heard a multimillionaire say, I had no luck with this. I tried, but I had no luck. Not a single time ever. Not a single time ever. You ever heard a broke person say, I tried, but no luck? All the time. Might be a cool.
Yeah. Successful people just create their own luck, right? Yeah, so when you're in there putting the reps in each day and you're doing the things that move the needle, you're going to get lucky naturally.
Want to see I limit you some Amazon business. Yeah. So a product isn't profitable if the shipping doesn't make sense. Like just plug in shipping to FBA is insanely expensive too. So you're just on the wrong items. Hard work. Yes, sir. Brother, if we doing Amazon FBA, should our listing? Okay. I don't know. Bro was screaming at us there and is a little how do you feel about license that are new, like 60+ days, but it's a variation for approval? It's like, if it makes sense, like if it's a common colored shoe and you can see some sales history, even at 60 days, I think that makes a bunch of sense, Jules.
Well, and also too, Jules, if that's a new variation, like somebody just created it 60 days ago, if it already is getting reviews, like that specific variation, and especially if it has multiple reviews, then you know that variation is already starting to make sales. So that's what I would look at first.
We build our own luck. Yep. Haha. Very true. Exactly. When searching on Google/online for wholesale distributors, what qualifies a certain company for our super good question. So going along with that, can you just talk about verifying legitimacy of suppliers too? Because I know that's a big issue in the Telegram era.
Yeah. So Elijah, luckily I've got a very simple 3-step criteria that you can use to verify if a distributor is going to be a good fit for your business. So the first thing is they've got to be B2B, right? Business to business. The second thing is they've got to carry brand name products that are already selling well on Amazon. And so you just check out their website, right? Most any distributor is going to list the brands they carry on their website. Make sure those brands are currently selling on Amazon. The third thing is you got to make sure that they sell to retailers, right? You want to make sure that retail businesses are one of their main customer segments, because that way, if they're used to dealing with retailers, which is basically what we are, then they're going to have a pretty easy time knowing how your business operates and working with you. So if a distributor meets those 3 criteria, it only comes down to price, right? And price is negotiable. So hopefully that answers your question. It took me like 5 years to develop that 3 criteria from a ton of trial and error.
And I think I got banned, wasn't violating any rules. How do I get unbanned? DM me on Discord, man. I'll figure it out. If brand asks for physical store, we don't have it. How can we get approval? Good question.
So listen, some brands, some distributors, they have a hard requirement where you've got to have a brick and mortar, right? And for why they have that requirement, I don't really know, but sometimes there's no getting around it. I say if you run into that roadblock, just keep looking for more suppliers, right? There's going to be plenty of suppliers out there that don't require you to have a brick and mortar. Somebody said, considering brand restrictions, have you asked distributors for account approval with the condition of obtaining written permission to buy brand A? So no, right? So typically if we're buying a brand from a distributor, that distributor knows that we sell on Amazon, right? Because we're very upfront about what we do. And if that distributor tells me, hey, that brand doesn't allow their products to be sold on Amazon, then we won't sell it, right? We're not going to burn that relationship to try to pull a fast one on the distributor. But if they don't say anything about the brand being restricted on Amazon, then we'll sell it, right? And so it's kind of just depends on what your distributor says.
Have you ever sourced from these Telegram guys? Should we just avoid that altogether? Don't want to get burned? Yeah, I mean, if they need to do business through Telegram, that's incredibly one, it's a sign they haven't been in business at all. I would even be just sus about anyone who even has Telegram, let alone using it to sell.
Yeah.
To sell stuff. Yeah, I avoid that stuff. Can you ship shoes without lids for FBA? I wouldn't do it. Like, have I done it? Of course. Am I going to recommend you do it? No.
Okay, good question here. So Grip and Rip saying, I'm doing books until I can graduate to retail arbitrage. How long do you think it should take if I'm sourcing and shipping about 100 to 150 books weekly? So listen, that's a pretty good volume of books to be sending weekly, right? Especially if you're a brand new seller. So why not go ahead and add retail arbitrage to the mix right away? Like if you're sending over 100 books per week to FBA, you know how to source, you know how to read a keep a graph. Retail arbitrage is not that much different. So check out one of Miles' videos about retail arbitrage and then go like literally today, get off this stream, go to Marshall's, go to Target, go to Walmart, start scanning clearance products and start purchasing retail arbitrage products. It's easy. It's a lot easier to switch than you think.
Do you know successful game sellers drop the ad? Wherever they come up on Google, dude. Should I contact suppliers until I establish an LLC? So you're really not going to be able to get accounts with them without it, just off what they require. The cool part is, Ryan, you could have that done in the next 5 minutes. So speed. What streaming platform? StreamYard, Greens, Ant.eth.
Yep.
Okay. I'm doing books. Oh, that's fire. We already answered that one. Did we miss anything up here?
So somebody said, can we sell wholesale on Amazon with $1,000? And is it possible from Pakistan? So I would definitely not start wholesale if you only have $1,000. If you have $1,000 and you're located in Pakistan, start with online arbitrage, right? That's what Miles teaches. He's got tons of really good free information on YouTube how to do that. And then once you build up anywhere from 5 to 10K, even if you're overseas, regardless of where you're located, you can still do wholesale in the US. It's just going to take using prep centers and advice from a CPA that specifies in that field.
Hit up TJ Maxx. Yes, sir. Is your name at Flips4Miles on Discord? What do you think, man? What do you think? 1 or 2 admins in the Discord? Yes. How do I deal with product violations? Who has free? And once I came in, it just happened that Amazon takes down listing. Contact Amazon and figure out why. That'll very, very rarely happen, though.
Street Matt said he hit up TJ Maxx last night, found some Adidas pants. Yeah, so guys, if you're ungated in the big apparel brands like Adidas, Nike, Puma, Under Armour, those brands, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington Coat Factory, right? Outlets, like these are all crazy profitable sources for those types of products. And guys, so I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have a huge outlet mall located probably 15, 20 minutes away from me. I was told that I think the Adidas outlet in particular was doing a 60% off the entire store sale this past weekend at the outlets in Charlotte. Like you would have to be just completely brain dead. Like you could walk in that building and make $500 profit within like 30 minutes, even if you're new, right? Like
put in time and you can't have analysis paralysis and everything. but I have experience with a wholesale deal. Should I focus on learning OA first? Ryan, just whatever. Like it honestly, if you have experience with wholesale, I'd probably do that. But OA works too. The cool part is everything works, right? The vehicle isn't the issue, right? If you're not making the money you want to be making just as a human being, right? You need to, put in more inputs into whatever you do. Because there's people making money with everything out here. There's girls selling feet pics and shit. Like if you're making under 10K a month as a human being, it's a fucking emergency and you got to grind your nuts off every day to get there. That's it. Seriously though, seriously, you can't be getting lapped by the feet pic sellers out here. Come on. WTJ Max. Yes, sir. Is it one required to begin wholesale? Heard a lot. Don't ship residential. But here's the thing, right? If you're even asking that, you haven't done enough outreach to suppliers yet. Right. And that I know a ton of people who get stuff delivered to their house. You'll move so much. You'll figure out the prep center shit if you got a bunch of profitable wholesale shit to buy. You'll figure that out completely if you start doing a bunch of outreach.
But also, Colin, to answer your question, so most suppliers will ship to residential. The only thing is that it'll be a slight upcharge, right? They're either going to charge you a slight extra on the shipping, or because a lot of trucks, in order to get pallets off the truck, they have to send them on a box truck that has a lift gate. You're going to specifically have to request a lift gate, which can be an extra $100, $150 per shipment. So just keep that in mind.
How do you pack sets for FBA? Poly bag together or bubble wrap, depending on the size, and put the sold by set sticker on it. And such an opportunity to try. What's a good product to ungate to sell beauty new to FBA? So the cool thing, Elise, is the beauty category is probably going to be an auto ungate. Honestly, go and try to list a Glossier product, and I bet you it'll only ask you to apply for the Glossier brand. It's not going to ask you to apply for the beauty category, if I had to guess. So that's pretty awesome that there's a good chance the beauty category should be not going to be an auto ungate. And then the ColourPop brand, which is auto ungate as well and such, which is cool. And then, so yeah, we're about halfway through for today. You want to walk everyone through how the challenge works? You might not be familiar, might be watching this, skipped ahead, anything like that.
Yeah, guys. So tomorrow, which if you're watching this live, tomorrow is Monday, we're going to be kicking off the first day of our 7-day live training. It is called the Wholesale Challenge. And so if you want more information about the challenge, Miles has a link in his description. I have a link in mine. Miles also has a $100 discount. But guys, basically it's 7 straight nights of live training on how to learn wholesale A to Z, teaching you guys the ins and outs. I really don't hold anything back during that training. And we've got a Facebook community to come along with it, tons of bonuses, guest interviews every day during the week. It's just going to be a ton of wholesale content. And I think we got a lot of guys here in the chat that are signed up to join us. I know Sadiq's joining us. I think Alon's joining us, and a couple other names that I recognize as well. So we're closing the doors to that, guys, tonight at midnight. So if you decide you want to join, you've got to act fast because, 11 and a half hours, we're closing the cart. So I'm looking forward to it. That's a good
point. Yeah, that is facts, Grip and Rip. Dropped a video on the other day of how to get your first day. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, AC's the boy. New item, one search to Amazon. Oh, that's facts. That's a good point. However, that is finding that actually have discounts to make a profit. Well, ask them if they can ask them if they can, because the cool thing is that looking at an Amazon listing, you know what you need to pay for it, ballpark, right? So just ask and see what they say, or see how, Corey, you have a really good point on, you want to that quote you say basically?
Yeah. So basically, if you want to get a discount without actually saying hey, can I have 10% off? All you do is say this. You say, hey, how many units do I need to buy of this product to get X price, right? So if you have a price in mind that you know would be profitable, that you'd be willing to buy at, just ask the supplier how many units you need to buy to get that price. Somebody did ask, what's the daily schedule for the Wholesale Challenge? So I do have a graphic. It's actually in the Wholesale Challenge Facebook group. But during the week, so every weekday this coming week, we're going to have a guest Q&A interview starting at noon Eastern. It's going to be live. Yeah, so we're going to be talking to people like my bookkeeper, my prep center, my virtual assistant, right? Very valuable guest interview conversations every day at noon. And then the actual live sessions kick off every night at 6 p.m. Eastern. And we'll go anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours, typically 90 minutes of content and then 30 minutes to an hour of Q&A afterwards.
Is it better to do PL on Amazon or separate website or Shopify? Bro, everything works, honestly, too. Everything works. It's whatever you want to do. If you were to start over, how quick do you think you could replace a $60K a year income? Oh, 5 minutes or a month. But that's because we built the skill, right? But the key is that you need to build yourself skills, network, etc. That's going to produce the results. The results, not the end game. You are the end game, because then that produces any result you want, right? So it's not a question of how quick you can make the money. It's how quick you can build the skill. So for example, what I did when I got started 3 years ago, flipping name brand stuff, I did 45K rev my first 45 days, pretty much. It's like 10K profit. That was right after finishing college. But the key is that whole time I was documenting like a madman on social media. I was meeting people. I was getting on Zoom with people. I was trading ideas, trading leads with people, all that stuff. So I ended up figuring out a lot quicker than most people do, because I really worked to build leverage and use the community. And I was very open that I needed help with stuff, and people flock to help you if you're open to being helped. Right. So that's why I recommend that, to all you guys. You share. Can't wait to see what's in the wholesale challenge. Yes, sir. And then, yeah, if anyone wants that today, you want to check the link in the description. There's the discount code as well as instructions on how to get a bonus from me too. Okay, here we go. I post on Twitter, but I don't post videos of me talking. Would you recommend I start doing that? I got a lot of views posting sales and large quantities of products. So do you think you'd make more or less money if other Amazon sellers had seen your face and heard your voice? Answer that question, Ryan. Think to yourself, right? Do you think you'd make more or less money? Would it move you further away or closer to your goal? Okay, can you go over the strategy for the 10% off PIA? Tell the distributor, hey, I'll place another order next time if I can secure the discount.
So you don't necessarily say like, hey, I'm going to place another order next time. The idea is to get a discount on the order that you placed today. So the 2PO method, which is what I call it, you basically put 2 purchase orders in front of your sales rep, right? Purchase order 1 is a smaller order, right? Smaller subtotal, and that's at their current prices. Purchase order 2 is a much larger order, but with a theoretical, say 5%, 10%, 12% discount applied. And the idea is you email both of those POs to your supplier. You call your supplier and you say, hey, Mr. Supplier, I just sent you 2 separate purchase orders. You can choose which one you want to process, right? Obviously, one is going to be much bigger, but it's going to have a slight discount applied. Then I'm going to need to make it profitable. But if you feel like purchase order 1 is better for you, you can process that, right? So you're basically telling them without telling them, hey, I need a discount. And if you're able to give me a discount, I'm going to place a larger order, right? That's why you send them 2 orders. So that strategy, probably 50 to 70% of the time, will result in you getting a discount on that order.
Bro, that's fine. And I have a profitable account. I'm working on my first PO. I think I'm gonna use that.
Nice.
Yeah. Is it possible to start Amazon wholesale with 1K? Yeah, but it definitely makes a lot more sense to do other stuff, like to do OA and RA with that.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't bother with wholesale if I only had 1,000, right? If I only had $1,000, I would do exactly what Miles does. Yeah. Do online arbitrage, spin that into 5 to 10K. And then once you've got 5 to 10K, then look to add wholesale to your business, right? You don't even have to fully transition to wholesale. You can just add it to your existing arbitrage business. Okay, good question here. Somebody said, what should a new seller see in Keep a chart before selecting a product for wholesale? So really, there are, let's see, is it 3? Yeah, 3 main things that I like to look at, right? The first is going to be the current buy box price. So you want to make sure that you're profitable at the current price. But what's more important is the average buy box price. So when you look at the 30-day average, the 90-day average, the 180-day average buy box prices, which Seller Amp and Keepa will tell you, if you can be profitable at those average prices, then the chances of you continuing to be profitable are high. And then the third, and what I think is the most important Keepa metric, is going to be the new offer count. All right. Now, this is that third graph, the bottom graph on Keepa, that tells you how many sellers are selling a product. Now, guys, there is a direct correlation to the number of sellers and the buy box price. So as that new offer count goes up, the buy box price is going to come down, right? It's very simple supply and demand. So as long as that new offer count is not rapidly increasing, then the price is going to stay about where it is. So that makes it a much safer buy.
Cool. So would you ever consider living in Miami?
Would I ever consider living in Miami? I mean, I would consider it, but like, I don't necessarily want to. I like Charlotte, man. I like it here a lot.
What's the weather today?
It's cold. It's really cold.
How?
I haven't even been outside.
Quantify it.
Probably 40s-ish.
See, now here we go. Your boy woke up, right? Bang, hop out of bed, right? Hit the spoonful of raw honey, right?
Of course.
Walk out on the balcony. Cold as fuck, right?
In Florida, what is cold down there?
71, right?
Okay.
Yeah. It's a hot take. Why do you have Amazon label for it? No, it's expensive, man. Don't do that. Through exactly which method do you find your best distributor? Let's hear it.
So just good old Google, right? I mean, that is always going to be the best way to find distributors. You're just going to use a simple search term phrase, something like category name, distributor, your city, right? So for me, that might look like tool distributor, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's going to give you a ton of different results. You go through one by one, you find ones that meet that 3 criteria that I mentioned earlier, and then you call or email them.
Boom. There we go. And then, yeah, do you mind breaking down the different methods for outreach? So like obviously Google method, LinkedIn, trade shows. Let's give a bunch of game on that stuff.
Yeah. So you're talking like actual outreach or actual
sorry,
like
locating opportunities. Yeah. So like all the different methods. Yeah.
So easiest way is going to be Google, right? Doing exactly what I just said. Second easiest way is going to be combing trade show directories. So there's thousands of different trade shows that happen in the US every year. Pretty much every one of those trade shows is going to have a website. And on that website, they're going to list their exhibitors. Now, their exhibitors are going to be people that buy a booth at the show. A lot of times, these are going to be distributors and brands in that category. Go down the list, open them up in a new tab, call up the ones that you feel like are a good supplier lead. Other methods are LinkedIn outreach. So I've gotten a ton of opportunities through LinkedIn, hitting up the brand owner or a salesperson at the company on LinkedIn because they get a lot less messages on LinkedIn than they do in their email or on the phone. And then when it comes to finding brands, you can use Keep a Product Finder to find brands that are selling well in a certain category. You can use tools like Smart Scout. There are a ton of different methods for finding suppliers. And actually, I think day 2 of the Wholesale Challenge is dedicated entirely to finding suppliers. So I'm going to tell you guys how to find suppliers, and then I'm going to show you guys how to find suppliers. We're literally going to find probably 5 to 10 different suppliers during the live session using the methods that I'm going to show you guys. So it's a lot of like real world application as well during the challenge.
Which category is best for beginners? Yeah. So how do you think about best niches? Because you have a very unique answer for this too, and it shows you really know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, guys, I think the best niche for beginners is something that you know, right? So I don't know who asked that question, but if whoever asked that, let's just assume that they're a big soccer player, right? Or they've always liked soccer growing up. Well, then for that person, the best products to sell are going to be related to soccer. And that might be soccer apparel. That might be soccer accessories. That might be other just more general kind of like outdoor products and brands. But the bottom line is that person probably has a competitive advantage when it comes to brands in that category because they know it. So that's what I always recommend is go with what you know.
Then should I just buy 10 eats that brand from Target? Just like, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like, don't waste your time trying to do wholesale if you're worrying about placing 10 unit orders to Ungate. Like, we gotta be focused on bigger props. Yeah, that's fine, Alan. Yeah, or just hit me in like the roadmap Discord, one of the other ones. What is the best way to find distributors and suppliers with easy brand approval? So the cool thing is that brand approval on Amazon is incredibly easy, right? And even if you're a complete beginner, you can go to the link in the description. You get Ungate and 100+ brands today for free, no invoice need. Right. And such and everything, but it's pretty nice and easy. What are some huge mistakes you made over the years? Like whether it's like getting scammed or like a distributor cut you off because you asked for discounts too much, or like talk about some of that stuff.
Yeah. So a huge learning lesson for me was it was a video game distributor. This was probably 3 years ago. And now this was the red flag, right? They had thousands, like not thousands, but like probably 50 to 100+ profitable products. Right. Which like that's a ton of profitable products. And it wasn't very hard to find the supplier. So I'm like, okay, how does there so much opportunity? 2, they had like thousands of units in stock. Right. So like usually when you guys find a really profitable wholesale lead, it's like a 50-50 of whether or not it's in stock. But this supplier had like 100 profitable products and they were all in stock. And then 3, they like were available to ship to me right away. Right. So I call up the supplier. I'm like, hey, is this right? Like, and it was in the video game niche. I'm like, are these games legit? Like, are they new? And he's like, yeah, they're fine. They work, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So we placed a $6,000 order. And well, I guess third red flag is they were crazy profitable, like 50 to 100% ROI, really good sales ranks. Again, just obviously too good to be true. Come to find out, these particular video games were meant for Middle Eastern consoles, right? They didn't even work in like US North American consoles. So we sent them all to FBA without knowing this. And literally, guys, every single unit got returned. So we missed out on we basically lost out on that $6,000 buy cost and the returns processing fees and the inbound shipping and the prep. we probably ended up losing like $7,000 or $8,000 on that particular order. And it was a big learning experience. I've got a million more that I could share, but that's the most obvious one.
Charge back, or was it wire?
Well, it was, yeah. Well, no, I don't remember. Now that you say that, it was like 3 years ago, but it probably was a wire because we would have charged it back on a credit card.
Yeah. Doesn't accept retail invoice. Yes, they do. Luckily, not interest management would, but yeah, if you shouldn't be doing wholesale if you don't think you can get stuff ungated either. But yeah, I mean, I if you're worried about it, just do away, or just do away for that ungate.
Well, yeah, Alon, what I was going to say there, right, is if let's say you find a really good wholesale opportunity on a product, but you're gated in that brand, right? Well, like you said, you don't want to buy 300 units from your wholesale supplier and hope that you get ungated, because we know sometimes it can take a while. So what I would do is I'd buy 10 units from a retail store first, get ungated using that retail receipt, and then go back to your wholesale supplier and place the order once you're ungated, right? It's going to be way less risky and it'll work.
Yeah. Cool. And then, yeah, if you guys are new, right, you want to watch my free course, I'll give you a whole walkthrough on how to get going with OA today, right? You want to do the auto ungate list, get your professional seller account rolling, seller and free trial and such. And then, you guys are in the right place, right? Corey and I are here to help. Our DMs are open on social media if you guys got any questions and such too. And then we're going to be hopping off in a couple minutes. So if you guys got any other questions, make sure you drop them in. Leah G, what's up? Good to see you in here.
So I think somebody asked this earlier, but just to address this again, guys, because I feel like somebody asked this every single stream. They said, I've heard when you do online or retail arbitrage, Amazon doesn't accept retail invoices. How do you do retail arbitrage? The thing is they do, right? But they might not always accept them on the first submission. So guys, if you've got a legit receipt from a legit retailer and you send it in and it gets denied, then keep sending it in. Just the other week, I had to resubmit the same invoice 8 times in a row before Amazon finally accepted it. I didn't change anything about the invoice. I didn't do anything different. It just took 8 tries, right? So guys, if you get denied, just keep resubmitting.
Cool. Sweet. All right, cool. So I don't think anyone has any other questions here. So if you guys are interested in the wholesale challenge, it's tonight at midnight, right?
Yep. So guys, tonight, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, the doors will be closing for the challenge because we kick off tomorrow. The first live Q&A session is at noon, and the first live training session is at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then one more thing I want to mention, guys, if for some reason you feel like you can't join us for the live sessions, but you still want to hang out and be part of the challenge, you're still going to get you're going to get lifetime access to the recordings of each section, guys. So don't worry if you're going to have to miss one or two.
Cool. Yep. And then there's $100 off with the coupon right there. There's a full money back guarantee as well. And we appreciate you guys tapping us in with us today. If you got any questions, such, definitely let us know and everything. We hope you guys have a great day. Appreciate it, guys.
Have a good one, guys. See ya.
Cool.